Avalanche!
Uh-oh. It's Christmas Eve, and Santa still isn't ready for the big night. Be clever and do whatever you can to help him.
This is an interesting one. You've got this whole big middle rail here, and periodically...
Here comes the passenger liner.
Comes as soon as you move. So I'm just gonna get this out of the way. I'm just gonna get this out of the way for what happens if you don't clear that avalanche. Bonk.
That's a fender bender. Avalanche!
Uh-oh. It's Christmas Eve, and Santa still isn't ready for the big night. Be clever and do whatever you can to help him.
Here comes the passenger liner.
And I'm also gonna point out what happens if you send this train along the same path. Well, the thing at the bottom stopped. We'll see what happens when this train hits it. If it does.
Here comes the passenger liner. Here comes the passenger liner. Here comes the passenger liner. That's a fender bender.
Okay, so that happens.
Avalanche!
Now let's do this properly.
It's Christmas Eve, and Santa still isn't ready for the big night. Be clever and do whatever you can to help him.
Here comes the passenger liner.
Let's do this properly this time. Okay. Now, mind that weirdly drawn one-way track. What we need here is... we don't need this at the moment. We need these 3 cars to get these 3 loads.
Here comes the passenger liner.
And we just barely fit Santa's sled on there. Down we go.
Here comes the passenger liner.
Now, it can come down this path just fine, but it's a good idea not to let it. Or maybe sometimes you have to. So we need reindeer food up here in order to get reindeer, spoiler alert. But we need these loads down below. So to save space, get the animal car up there.
Here comes the passenger liner.
I could've, but didn't want to risk it. Okay, so these 2 cars, after you drop off the sleigh, you end up there. Also down here is a load of coal. Be very careful, put that switch back up. None of the switches are auto-correcting here. During practice, I lost multiple times from forgetting to fix one of these switches. Multiple times. Okay, so now we'll take the reindeer food up, and we'll get the reindeer.
Here comes
that.
the passenger liner.
Ah. Right. Okay, drop that off for now. Because we don't need the covered hopper anymore. So we can actually do...
Here comes the passenger liner.
Be very careful about that. As long as that switch doesn't toggle, it's out of the way. But you do need to leave the plow here, which you will see later why. Now, with only 3 cars in play, we can get through here.
Here comes the passenger liner.
Okay. Halt. Yeah, it looks like it would touch, but it doesn't.
Here comes the passenger liner.
Very important to put that switch back. Drop off the sleigh.
You have a new delivery.
Drop off the
You
reindeer.
have a new delivery.
Now we need presents and toys. But we also need to gain access to that coal. So now that we have a couple cars that we no longer need.
Here comes the passenger liner.
Ow.
Time penalty.
Excuse you. Can I reach that now?
That's the wrong way on a
Just
one-way track.
barely can't. Okay, well this part's unfortunate that we can't get the lumber there. Actually, hold on. Let's
Here comes the passenger liner.
drop both of those cars off. We'll do this. Unfortunately, because of the one-way tracks, we have to go the long ways. Ah.
Here comes the passenger liner.
Whoops. Ah, I've made a miscalculation, actually. I kind of have, in fact, miscalculated.
A new
No, I
load is available.
haven't. Okay. We'll do the Toys for Good Boys and the Toys for Good Girls. Yeah, there's 3 loads
Here
being
comes the
boxcars.
passenger liner.
Halt. Said halt. I still think this is funny, the way that the one-way track is drawn when it's angled like that. That's funny.
Avalanche.
And that is why you need to leave this here.
Here comes the passenger liner.
That's precisely why you need to leave that there. Okay. gonna send one this way. And now we have access to the coal car.
Here comes the passenger liner.
Grab presents. Oh, it was very briefly actually going faster than the passenger liner. Interesting.
You have a new delivery.
Here's
Here
the
comes
coal.
the passenger liner.
And time.
That lump of coal with your name on it just got sent to the boiler. Way to go!
And you thought I forgot about this switch. To be fair, as I've proven on previous jobs, if you crash but also get the win condition before it actually says game over, you still win. So as long as that coal got in there in time, I will won even if that had crashed into me immediately after. I still will won.